Starting the streaming. All right.
You're streaming.
So are you.
No.
Today on the show, guys, we have Kevin Feige as the new King of Marvel.
Yeah.
Possible Inhumans getting recast, and more casting news from The Batman. All this and more this week in Geek. We should probably listen to our intro music.
No, I just started. Just kind of listened to it. Like,
Monetized, you know?
That's true.
yeah.
Can't have that copyright.
Welcome to the Grizzled Geek podcast, the all new and improved episode 18.
19.
It's 19. Episode 19 of the Grizzled Geek podcast. I stand corrected. I am Mike,
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
and we are here with your weekly wrap up of nerd news, and pretty much just what we've been doing for the week. Stuff we like to talk about. What are we doing here? Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. Look at that.
Good. I got
Yeah.
you.
What have you been up to, Doug? Anything good?
Painting some protectors. Although
Nerd
then,
stuff.
yeah, then I kind of quit because Wilbur's gonna let me use some of his tree revenants. So getting ready for my trip next week.
In case you don't know, that's
that how
code
it-
nerd for playing with toy soldiers.
Yeah. Toy soldiers. Yep.
Is that how
Anime.
we're differentiating the Dans?
That's right.
Wilbur.
Yeah. Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Yeah.
And Dan Cooker, Mangle
We got
Cat.
a lot of Dans in our life.
Yes. And then we're almost done with season 4 of Babylon 5. So good.
Oh.
Had the climactic battle of Earth.
Have you ever seen someone so excited about a 20-year-old series?
No.
I mean, that's...
I take that back. Armando gets pretty excited.
Does he get
about
pretty
that
excited
stuff,
about it? Yeah.
If you have not watched Babylon 5, watch it. It is a really
Nerds.
good show. The computer animation maybe doesn't hold up 20 years later, but it's still fun.
It's so fun.
And it was
Story of the
groundbreaking at the time.
All right, Kirsten, what about you? What have you been up to this week?
Not a whole lot. Fighting with internet, and tomorrow I'm going to have someone come in and behavioralist my dog and cat.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
all right, your dog and cat.
Dog whisperer.
Yeah,
What does a cat behavioralist do?
make my cat not a dick.
Can they do? Do people can do that?
Yeah.
Is he like superpowers? How does that? How do you make a cat
Let
not
me
a
take that
dick?
back. I'm hoping that she can make my cat less of a scaredy cat. She's like severe scaredy cat anxiety. She gives me anxiety just watching her anxiety. So I'm hoping that we can figure out how
Sounds
to
like my dog.
break her out of that. Give her confidence, cat confidence.
Cat confidence.
Cat confidence.
Do you really want her to have cat confidence? That's pretty
Enough
dangerous.
that she decides that she doesn't want to have anything to do with me because she lives in her own world.
Oh, hey.
I don't know. I think anybody who claims they can train your cat is just taking your money.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a two-part thing. They're going to look at the cat and the dog, so even
Okay.
if they take care of Mika, that's all I care about, really.
Got it. Okay, got it. So maybe the cat too.
Yeah.
All right. I've been doing nothing. Work. Yeah. Actually, I did. I had a guest appearance last week on the Absolute Geek podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was
Check
a
those guys out.
last minute fill in. So check out that show.
They're on Saturday? Or?
They're on Friday.
Friday.
Fridays.
Couch Crunchers
Couch Crunchers are on Saturday.
Okay.
Absolute Geek podcast is on Friday, and maybe if we can swing it, we might have one of them on next week when you're gone,
Yeah, because I will be
Doing your nerd
out
stuff.
on Thursday.
playing with his toy soldiers somewhere else.
Yeah.
He's taking his toys and going somewhere else.
Oh.
Del Mar, California for the SoCal Open.
Wow.
If you are a Warhammer player.
Warhammer player.
Actually, no, they have everything.
Yeah, I was
If
gonna
you
say.
play any of the Warhammer, any of the GW games, I think they'll have Legion. So it's growing to include other stuff.
It's a big tournament, or is it like a...
Yeah, it's a 2-day
convention?
tournament.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's all just gaming. There's no other stuff.
Gotcha.
I will look up, however, and fill in here. There is a gaming convention coming next year to Phoenix, and it will have also a grand tournament there, but I do not remember the name of it. So you continue, and
When
I
is it going to be here?
like March, I think,
March
of next year.
Oh my goodness, I might be able to play in it.
Yeah.
Man, you come meet the Grizzled Geek
Ooh.
while we're doing super nerd stuff, playing with toys.
Or at least 2 of them.
At least, yeah. At least, yeah. You want to come play nerd toys with us? Play with our toys?
Depends on what the nerd toys are.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, folks. Getting started this week in the news. It, I think, came out yesterday that Kevin Feige was made Chief Creative Officer for Marvel. And what does that mean? Was that just another title for Kevin Feige? Well, yes. But he's basically crowned like overlord of everything that is Marvel at this point now. So we knew he was in charge of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Right.
which is all the films, right? And then for a while there was a split between him and Perlmutter, who took over TV, right?
Yeah.
And then to varying degrees of success. Great with the Netflix shows, horrible with stuff like Inhumans.
Yeah. Now, and Perlmutter isn't out of the picture. He's still chairman of Marvel.
He's chairman of Marvel. Yes.
So, still stuff on the comic book side deals with him.
No. Actually, now that Kevin Feige is Chief Creative Officer, the buck stops at Kevin Feige. He's in charge of, he will oversee Marvel film, TV, animation, and publishing. So everything,
different from that.
everything Marvel, Chief Creative Officer, so everything Marvel, whether it's TV for the Disney Plus series or anything else, whether it's film, well, we know we already had film before, the animation side of it, and publishing. So Marvel Comics will now fall under Kevin Feige.
Yeah, I heard something totally different. That it basically stopped at animation. The story I heard.
Nope, he's Chief Creative Officer. That's everything. Everything falls under him. So
Interesting.
and in fact, we can. Now that Doug's contradicting me here, we can.
No, I'm just.
He's gonna make me look it up. Just 'cause
Yeah.
now I'm doubting myself. Am
Yeah,
I
I'm
right? Because that's what everyone's saying. I'm just listening to other people. Look, I'm telling news secondhand here.
The fact of the matter is Perlmutter's been pretty much pushed to the side. Because there was somebody in the story I heard, there was somebody between publishing and Perlmutter, anyways. So it was like not directly. He wasn't even going to be directly a direct report, anyways. Or he wouldn't be directly over that.
Sure.
But from what I understood, he was over like products and I don't remember what else. It was one of many stories I listened to at that time. So let's see. Oh yeah,
Live action, animation, streaming, or network TV.
Right. Marvel, yeah. Like Perlmutter, president, work with the company, but Feige's new role reflects the prominence he's taken on at Marvel. Let's see here.
Continues to report to Walt Disney co-chairman and chief creator
yeah.
Alan Horn and Alan Bergman.
That was why I was convinced that the publishing stayed with Perlmutter is because
specifically that he was in charge of publishing.
Because the fact that Feige reports directly to Disney means it's the stuff that they don't. It's the stuff that they're really concerned with,
sure.
Which is all of the online, the digital stuff. They're like, man, we don't care about publishing comic books.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it doesn't say one way or the other who does what, as far as publishing goes. Still work at the company, but Feige's I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah, everything I said listed publishing. He was in charge of publishing as well. So who knows? Look at that.
But anyways,
we should probably research this stuff before we get on.
Nah.
Yeah,
but nah.
But nonetheless, is a big deal for Kevin Feige, which puts in doubt the idea that him producing a Star Wars movie is to groom him for taking over Lucasfilm.
Yeah,
unless this is Disney's way to.
Okay, so CNBC is reporting that he's got publishing control as well.
Content across publishing, film, TV, and animation. Yeah, so two different stories with two different emphasis.
Like all the basically all the nerd reporting channels are basically saying he's in charge of publishing as well. That basically he chief creative officer, the buck stops there for Marvel. So assuming that's correct, assuming that he's in charge of all of publishing everything with Marvel, How do you think that's going to affect stuff going forward? Because there's been a lot of big changes with the comics now, right? Yeah. Look at that.
I'll be curious to see what happens with all the comics. Like, if he is going to have any sort of push for them, or if they're going to be based off of the cinematics that they're, or like.
They've always been pretty separate. In fact, they just successfully relaunched the X-Men.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, who knows? That could be
Yeah.
Sure.
an effort to bring them to a place where they can enter the MCU.
Because they are
Fairly
vastly they're different the way they're.
Yeah, and it's kind of a reset for if you don't have to be engrossed or ingrained in 60 years of X-Men to be able to follow the X-Men now.
Right.
So so I don't know you have to imagine that film, TV, and animation will be his primary focus.
Right.
Because there is still an editor-in-chief underneath him. So
right. I'm sure he's not going to have access on a day-to-day or come
he's
up
not
with
going
comic
to be like
storylines.
setting any kind of
But he
standards
can
for them.
say, we're doing this with this character, and it can be across the board with all of them, right?
It'd be kind of cool to see comics as an extension of what we see in like the TV shows and whatnot. Like maybe you see a side story or sideline that's done up in a comic.
Yeah.
Or like a comic universe that's because Marvel's all about the different universes with different kinds.
Yeah.
A live action universe in the comics, like
You got to be careful about gearing the entire Marvel line towards the movies, because the movies mine the comics, and if they start that feedback loop, then you're running out of stories where you're like, oh, we're feeding on each other and we're cannibalizing ourselves, where we've lack that fresh story base to draw from. So
true. But overall, what do we think? We think it's a good move.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it does.
One vision for all of Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I really hope this is Disney grooming him to take over Lucasfilm, because I think somebody like Taika Waititi or James Gunn could step into his spot and do a great job, and that he could bring those skills to Star Wars and pull that boat together.
Yeah.
And give some sort of vision to the Star Wars universe instead of this just shotgun effect of let's hope something good happens.
Something lands.
Right. Assuming he has the same kind of passion for Star Wars, because the whole reason why his role works so well at Marvel and the why he rose to the ranks of Marvel, whatever, doing these movies, because he's passionate about the characters.
Right. Yeah.
He's a fanboy. He knows, he's the reason why in the X-Men Wolverine had the hair that he had, because he was from the comics, right?
Oh, right.
Like they weren't going to have the, the swept hair.
Yeah.
In the X-Men movie, but we got that because he's a comic book nerd and he insisted on it. So, hopefully if he has that same kind of drive for Star Wars, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so just so Doug doesn't have to read the third story, Kirsten, or Doug, you can read the second one there.
All right. Could the Inhumans be getting a reboot with Miss Marvel coming? It's possible. It starts shooting for Disney Plus in February.
Yep.
So, and for those who don't know, Miss Marvel is the Pakistani girl, Kamala Khan, who is kind of following in Captain Marvel's footsteps, but she's an Inhuman. She's an Inhuman.
Yeah.
So her powers are triggered by the Terrigen Mist.
Right.
She didn't get them from aliens or anything like Captain Marvel did, but because she has that connection, we might have a Black Bolt and a Maximus in the series. That's the rumor. Mm-hmm. There's even casting rumors for rumored characters.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 degrees of rumor here, but
they all come from the same source, and it's all a trusted source that has
the
same person who broke the leaks for the She-Hulk series.
All right,
and that. So,
and if
someone inside Disney Plus, because all his new breaking news is from the Disney Plus side of it.
And it could, 2 interesting ones if accurate. Vin Diesel is Black Bolt, which actually I feel bad for Vin Diesel. Yet another speaking role.
No. Here's the thing: he's like only a speaking role playing Groot, and only saying "I am Groot."
Yeah.
To a character who doesn't speak.
So he would just be a physical presence.
He'd just be a physical presence. So.
But he would look good in that costume.
Yeah.
You could get away with the Black Bolt costume on Vin Diesel. He's got the body to pull it off.
Yes.
And then Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's I don't know who that is.
It's like Quicksilver.
Oh.
He was Marvel's Quicksilver as Maximus.
He's too recognizable. Not as a name, but as a face. He has a pretty distinct face. And trying to get away with him as Maximus.
So the mask, if he's wearing the Maximus like headgear.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Interesting.
obviously, I mean the ABC series of Inhumans, none of them wore their masks. Like they just wore the outfit. Like there was no headgear, no mask, nothing. And God, that series was awful. But this is yeah, this is where they finally decided. That was the series that decided. Okay, well, the TV has nothing to do with Marvel.
Yeah,
they split.
Here's the thing: is I don't care one way or the other. I like Black Bolt, and I like Karnak, and otherwise I could care less about the Inhumans. Pretty much.
If they're going to keep her origin the same, which it looks like they're going to, they need to have the Inhumans.
Yeah, you got to at least refer to him. But then again,
and
there's
Lockjaw, because she has, a relationship with Lockjaw.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so
Lockjaw's a cool character too.
And he's the only one that looked good in the.
Oh yeah, he was perfect in that series. He looked perfect.
He's a giant teleporting dog.
Oh.
With a tuning fork on his forehead.
Interesting.
Like when I say a giant teleporting dog, I mean a giant teleporting dog.
Like Saint Bernard giant? Or
like as tall as a human at the shoulders dog. Probably weighs a ton dog.
Oh my God.
So that's what he looked like in the TV show.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was comic book accurate in the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, otherwise I could care less about the Inhumans. But yeah, if it's important to her origins, and they did hint at it in Far From Home, where they talked about the Kree sleeper cells, and the Kree are the ones responsible for the Inhumans existing. So, hey.
Yeah. So there's like there's Kamala Khan and Lockjaw.
Okay.
I really hope they take a more serious tone with Ms. Marvel. Come on.
Well, some of the art from Ms. Marvel is kind of like
Cute.
yeah, I mean that's for the story. Yeah, I mean this is yeah. So her and Lockjaw hang out quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's I think if you pretty much have to recast the Inhumans if you're going to have Ms. Marvel as a TV show, and you're going to have Lockjaw, you're going to have Black Bolt and and Maximus as even if it's cameos, even if like the first episode,
right?
And I'm all for them recasting it, even though I hate to say it because Anson Mount is a good actor. He was great on how was that, the railroad western show about the railroad? I forget what it was, but anyway, he was good in that, and he's good as Christopher Pike. Like he playing Christopher Pike was amazing. That second season of Discovery, he made that series. He and Spock in that series made the best captain for Star. I mean, obviously my favorite's always gonna be Kirk, but they were. I mean, when you get to arguably one of the best captains.
Okay.
Just in that one little series, and he was only the temporary captain for. You saw how awesome that character was, and it played into. Well, not to get off on the Discovery kick, but it didn't. It paid homage to the old series. It made him feel like it was actually a Star Trek series. Where the first season did not.
Yeah.
So.
All
right. Anyway, so hopefully we get the Inhumans. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Kirsten, you can save Doug from this story.
Yep. Venom. Shriek is confirmed as one of the bad guys. She is the love interest for Cletus Cassidy Carnage.
Yes. Shriek. Isn't she like a Sonic powered person? I think she is. So
I have no idea.
Like
Shriek, you would assume, yeah.
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 It has been confirmed that Tom Holland's Spider-Man will meet Venom, but will he show up in Venom 2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a little early, but then again,
Yeah.
Sony.
And here's the thing.
Now that they can use them, I can see Sony jumping the gun and shoehorning them in there.
True.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they're on opposite coasts.
Yeah.
In their universes, because they set Venom on the West Coast.
Yeah.
It basically Silicon Valley or Seattle or something. I don't remember exactly where he was, but he was on the West Coast. Yeah, it must have been Silicon Valley. San Francisco was the setting, right?
Yeah.
So it's it'll be a shoehorn in.
Yeah.
Peter's on a school trip to San Francisco.
This movie was
summer.
already written, right? It was already written.
Yeah.
There was already had pre-production work on it, so now they have the rights. But now they have the rights. Sony's not above doing that. The only saving grace is that whatever they do, it's not part of the MCU.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would love to see something where it goes the entire movie, you wondering whether they're going to meet, and then it ends up being like a last second thing. Right before the end of the movie, they meet up.
He bumps into me. He's like, "Watch where you're going, kid."
Right.
And stop following this.
Something like that,
yeah.
And then Venom director Ruben Fleischer,
sorry. I think.
During the rounds for Zombieland Double Tap, mentioned that he was upset about a critical response from Venom and pointed out how the public liked the film. He was for a fun movie.
He was going
he
for
was
a fun.
going for a fun movie.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, I mean,
I get with him. I think it was. The critics kind of jumped. Well, it wasn't a good movie. I mean, it was okay. Venom's like one of those weird things, right?
it was not a good movie. Let's put it that. As far as it was
a fun movie.
Okay. It was fun. Mm-hmm. The story was kind of all over the place, and the main bad guy really sucked.
Sure.
But the stuff that Venom does and Venom's look are really cool.
And Tom Hardy did a really good job.
And Tom Hardy was, he's being, he does a pretty good job of somebody who's like, there's a voice talking in my head. What's going on? Kind of going crazy.
Yeah.
She-Venom looked awesome.
Yeah.
So it was. I agree with both.
Yeah.
The critics were correct to pan it and say it wasn't a great movie. It didn't have a great plot. But it was still fairly fun for a Venom movie.
It was like a romp. There's nothing of substance to it, but it was a fun time.
Right. But usually romps don't rack up, $800 million.
Yeah.
Right?
Not blockbusters.
Right, yeah, $800 million. Yeah. So there's got to be something there, right? Is it just the appeal of the character? Or, was so high?
Or the hope for a character or a story, right?
Right.
People want to see Venom do good.
If you would have told me that a Sony-produced Venom movie without Spider-Man in it was going to make, almost $1 billion, I would never believe it.
Right, yeah.
But it almost did.
Yeah.
So it's got to be something there.
So you just laugh all the way to the bank, Ruben.
Yeah.
Don't worry what the
critics say. People liked your movie, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. It was a fun
movie.
movie. It was definitely. I liked it because I think I went into it. I liked it so much because my expectations were so low.
Yeah.
Going in there.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when it was a fun movie, I'm like, oh, sweet. I expected a dumpster fire, and I was entertained.
Yes.
So that's good.
It was one of those. Oh, dang it! It's somewhat of a success. So now Sony's going to keep it.
Right.
And dang it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff they could do with Venom.
Yeah.
Especially if they just said, you Marvel take the whole thing.
Yeah, come on.
Although, a lot of it's not going to happen in the MCU. Like, I'd love to see Agent Venom.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But they've Flash Thompson is totally different in Spider-Man now. So it is highly unlikely he's going to turn out to be a government agent.
Right. Yeah.
And then when he gets the Venom
not that Flash
symbiote,
Thompson.
be Agent Venom. Yeah. So.
All right. So this is kind of like a sideways rumor here, but what about the rumor that Marvel is looking to buy Spider-Man outright? Right? And then they'd have Venom to do whatever they want with. But the rumor is they're looking
I can't believe the amount of money the rumor says.
The rumor says that Marvel is secretly trying to buy Spider-Man outright for $5 billion. Now,
which is $800,000 more than they paid for all of Marvel.
They paid $4.7 billion for Marvel.
Oh, was it $7? Okay,
$4.7 billion.
So more than they paid for everything else in Marvel.
But they know that they're going to have to put out something worth it to Sony in order to make it.
So
they fought for it before. They know that they're going to lose unless they put out something good.
Right. Well, not necessarily. Here's the thing, and the reason why Sony might go for it is because Sony movie division is
the studio
is hemorrhaging money.
Sure.
Right. So they have no.
All they have
franchises.
is Venom and James Bond.
Right. And James Bond's iffy. Daniel Craig was his last one. So, and it was going downhill. So and then stuff.
That's what happens with every Bond, though.
Yeah.
The first one,
redo it.
they reboot it with a new Bond, or not reboot, but they continue on with a new Bond. Everybody loves it, and then the next one is, yeah, that was good. And the next one, man, it was okay.
Right.
Yeah. It's like diminishing returns every time we get a new Bond.
Yeah.
But their Men in Black franchise tanked again and cost them a ton of money.
I really wish they.
And they're on the verge. They're on the verge of being bought. They're on the verge of being bought out by Apple, right?
Yeah.
Who's sniffing around. And here's the thing: if Apple buys Sony, Marvel gets Spider-Man back for free.
So why would they even?
Because they want it now. They want him now, and they want.
But they've already
guarantee
got a deal.
Yeah.
That lets them use it for the length of time.
Yeah,
that
but
it
their deal allows Sony to use Tom Holland wherever they want in stuff like Venom 2 that's in production right now.
Yeah.
Which, if they bought him outright, there would be no Venom 2 in production.
Yeah.
Right? And Venom would be done correctly in the MCU, and they would never have to confuse people with Tom Holland in a non-Marvel movie.
Yeah, true enough.
Right?
Yeah.
So it might be worth it to them. And you can't tell me that obviously Sony almost made $1 billion with Venom, that Marvel couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're talking about like $5 billion, they'd have to make 5 more movies making $1 billion to get their money back. But you got to realize, if they had the rights to Spider-Man and all the characters, they could do them all right. They could do a Sinister Six, right? They could do, and it's not just Tom Holland, not just Spider-Man movies, right? Tom Holland's an integral part of what they want to do for Marvel. So going forward, he could be, him and Captain Marvel are going to be leading the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
So they need him for the future that they're looking for. So,
Sure.
I mean, I could see it. Although it'd be funny. They spent 4.7 on all of Marvel and 5 billion on just this one character.
Yeah.
So, but you got to realize that's not just one character. It's 900 ancillary characters that come with it.
Yeah, it's everything that goes with it.
All right. So we're moving on. I'm going to talk about, once again, Crisis on Infinite Earth. And I say once again because we brought it up like every week for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But
I think we've done 4 previous stories on it.
Yeah.
So,
but this thing keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's getting closer and closer. Now we actually have pictures because it's production. It's into production right now.
Right.
So this thing's coming up. We've only got like about a month away to see this stuff, or 2 months. Oh, Ben's there. Hey, Ben. We're about to. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. We're about to show some cool pictures that you're gonna get excited about. All right. So
make sure you're alone, Ben.
Stephen Lobo of Supernatural has been cast as Detective Jim Corrigan in Crisis on Infinite Earth. Now, why is that important? Because Jim Corrigan is the Spectre. And the Spectre is, so basically he gets possessed by this Spectre, this cosmic spirit or whatever, and he's like super powerful. And he's very vital to the old Crisis on Infinite Earth story, right? Now, quick to point out that he wasn't cast as a Spectre. There's no mention of the Spectre. However, Stephen Amell tweeted, try to relax after an amazing weekend. The Spectre, and it's spelled the way Spectre is spelled, with the R and E mixed, of the crossover still looms large. So
interesting.
Yeah, Stephen Amell's not known to be able to keep secrets.
Yeah, he's working.
He's the Mark Ruffalo of of the CW universe. And then we got a ton of photos from behind the scenes. So there's a lot of stuff.
Nope, go back to OBS.
Oh yeah, sorry, navigating here while I'm doing this. All right, so we get our first picture of the Anti-Monitor. Now we've seen the actor, play, what is it? LaMonica Garrett as as Monitor, and then now we got a picture of what he looks like as the Anti-Monitor. So that's
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Basically, it's pretty accurate too. Although in the
the
series he had like a weird head helmet thing on too as well, but he looked like that underneath the helmet. So that is a picture of the Anti-Monitor. We also have this one just for you, Ben. Here we have a picture of Tom Welling as Clark Kent and the CW Clark Kent and CW Lois Lane here together. So we have that, and then here is the Smallville Clark Kent and Lois Lane. It's Erica Durance, I think is her name. Tom Welling, Erica Durance. Ben, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I mean, you look at this. And here is Brendan Routh as the Kingdom Come Superman.
They need more gray in his hair.
He needs more gray. He does. If you get the lighter picture, that has more. Find my images. Okay, so not all in here. So never mind. But yeah, it's Brendan Routh as Clark Kent.
Nice.
Although I don't think he'll be Clark Kent. I mean, he wasn't Clark Kent in Kingdom Come, so we'll see.
Well, he was initially on the farm.
Oh yeah, true.
But
then we have Jonah Hex, pre messed up face makeup.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this thing is a nerd's dream come true.
And you haven't shown Harbinger yet. So.
Oh, we haven't shown Harbinger. Okay, so, and here's a picture of what Harbinger looks like, minus the goofy red headpiece from the 80s.
Which you probably won't have.
Which you probably won't have, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, looking cool.
Yeah. So we just got a bunch of cool pictures. I wanted to make sure. Oh, yeah, Ben's very excited. I know you are. Tom Welling is your man. But, yeah, I mean, that's. We also got a picture, and for some reason we don't have this image on here, but they teased Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. Now, Michael Keaton won't be in this, I'm pretty sure. This is a big surprise they're holding.
Yeah.
But in a set piece, they had a newspaper saying billionaire Bruce Wayne to wed socialite Selena Kyle, and it's got a picture of Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne.
Nice.
So, they're paying homage to all.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this is perfect. I mean, this is kind of one of those things you dream of. Like, you got like all the iterations of all these characters that have ever been on TV are all like in this one universe, which makes sense. Which is what Crisis on Infinite Earth was about.
Do you worry that you're overhyping it? Like, you're making it out to be so much better than what
it is? I'm sure.
What it may end up being.
Right. I'm sure most of this is going to be cameos.
Sure.
Right? I'm sure the Burt Ward one's is going to be a cameo, just,
right.
The Linda Hamilton, or in the background, just like Linda Carter. I mean, she's whatever, right? We'll have like some scenes. Hopefully, they'll have some scenes of the movie versions of them, like in the background or something like that, because I know they won't be in it.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Michael Keaton's not going to be in it, but they paid homage to him there.
Right.
So, but I think seeing Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman is enough.
Well, and
Jonah Hex is a cool character.
They haven't really let down on any of the crossovers before. Sure.
That's true. They've all been really good. So,
give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But
because they're not afraid. Unlike the DC movies, they're not afraid to just go with the comics. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
They're like Marvel in that.
Nothing to lose. But when you have so many people involved, you up the ante, right?
That's true. But it is what? Is there 6 hours, 7 hours? How many shows is this? So I get the Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow,
Black Lightning,
and Batwoman. So there's 7. That's 7 hours.
Yeah.
For this whole thing. So you can imagine that if they can cram, look at all the people they crammed in, like a 3-hour movie.
Right.
But they got 7 hours to get all these characters in there.
Okay.
Right.
So there's going to be 7 episodes.
7 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. So each episode.
Enough time.
Yeah. Each series will have 1 episode in this crossover. So.
I'll be interesting then.
Yeah. Should be exciting. All right, Doug, you want to?
Sure. Let's do Batman casting, and this is Christopher Reeve's Batman, right?
Yeah, the Batman.
The Batman casting. Jonah Hill is out as the Penguin. Matt Reeves, not Christopher Reeves.
Rest in peace, Chris Reeves.
Yeah, I was saying, whoa, all right. Now they're looking at Seth Rogen for the Penguin.
Yeah, so Jonah Hill apparently, they couldn't meet terms for money. First, Jonah Hill threw down, like, you want me to be a Penguin? I want this much money. I'm a big star.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill would have been great.
Yeah, Jonah Hill would have been perfect as a Penguin. Seth Rogen would suck as the Penguin. Now, not that I like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But Seth Rogen plays Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
In everything he does.
Right.
Like his greatest role was playing himself in This Is the End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's who he plays in every one of his movies is Seth Rogen.
Yeah. And he's just the wrong. I mean,
he's wrong.
He's just wrong for it. Yeah. He doesn't have the right.
Right. You don't go from Jonah Hill to like Seth Rogen. I understand they're friends. They're in a lot of movies together.
Yeah.
But he's not suitable. I mean, yeah.
Yep, I'm with you. That's a thumbs down right there.
I'm just surprised that Jonah Hill wanted so much money. I mean, I guess he's got the Oscar now. He's like, oh yeah. I got that Moneyball money.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Zoe Kravitz cast as Catwoman.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome casting.
And I saw a pic, like, did somebody just Photoshop her into a costume?
Yeah, she wasn't. She doesn't in a costume. Yeah.
I saw a picture of her in costume. I'm like, wait a second, this seems too early for this.
Right.
And then Paul Dano cast as the Riddler. Who is he?
Paul Dano. He's been in a bunch of. I mean, okay, he's one of those. He's an actor that if you saw his face, you would recognize him. He was in like.
Jason Alexander for Penguin.
Jason Alexander for Penguin. He might be a little old, but yes, I could totally. Once you see Paul Dano, you'll know him. He's been in like. I was trying to think of the stupid Swiss Army Man. Is the only thing I can think of right now, and I know you haven't seen that movie.
No.
Although it was a good movie. Paul Dano. We'll pull up his face here. So I know you've seen him in several things, but
All right. Okay.
maybe not.
Yeah, he doesn't look familiar, but that's fine.
But he's been in The Prisoners, There Will Be Blood, Wildlife, Little Miss Sunshine, Swiss Army Man. He's been in like
Bunch of indie crap that I wouldn't care about.
There Will Be Blood. Come on, that's
Oh well, yeah.
Come on, really?
Or Little Miss Sunshine. Come on.
Yeah, Little Miss Sunshine. That was a
No.
great.
Yeah,
that was a
that's
great movie. Come on, 12 Years a Slave. Looper. He was in Looper.
Yeah. Who is he in Looper? Nah. Anyways, I will not ever go back and rewatch Looper, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Well,
Doesn't
The Girl Next Door. There we go.
But yeah. I mean, he looks fine for the Riddler. I don't think that's a miscast or anything like that.
Nice.
He'll be fine.
I just can't. I will go see the Batman. I just can't marshal any excitement about it.
Yeah.
There's just been so much.
Too much.
Too much drama and too much back and forth. And I mean, just until Warner Brothers gets their act together, I can't get super excited about any of the movies that haven't already been a smash success.
Well, if they pull off this adaptation with Long Halloween or what is this? What adaptation
Yeah,
are
I
doing?
think that's what they're.
If they pull that off, though, I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, it could be cool.
Yeah.
I want it to be good.
I was
just
excited
am
about
not.
Yeah. I was excited about Jonah Hill.
I don't want it to be good. I mean,
Do I even want it to be good?
I don't even know. I'm so tired of the redo of Batman.
Nice. And shout out to the Absolute Geek Podcast. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I mean, I was excited about Jonah Hill as a Penguin,
Yeah.
but Seth Rogen is not a suitable replacement for Jonah Hill.
Nope,
Agreed.
not at all.
That is not for this. Like I said,
And again,
if you're looking to cast Seth Rogen's the perfect guy. He
And
plays
he's-
Seth Rogen like nobody's business.
we're running into the same problem that all Batman movies eventually run into is you try and stuff in too many villains.
Yeah.
Now, if they
that's
are
the
doing
question,
something
too.
like The Long Halloween, one, you can't do it in a movie.
In one movie.
In
yeah.
one movie.
Yeah.
So unless this is this is the first installment of
Sure.
a series of movies that are all going to adapt that.
Which each one's focusing on one bad guy. And
Well, I mean, a lot of the bad guys are only there briefly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Well,
the
that's the
Riddler
thing,
is
right?
only, if I remember correctly, the Riddler's only in prison, and Batman, he knows who the bad guy is,
Right.
yeah.
and he's playing with Batman, trying to figure out, I know who it is. Can you
Right.
figure out? You got to, trying to prove that he's intellectually and superior to Batman. So
See, that's why Paul Dano will be a good Riddler. All his indie crap, as you put it, has prepared him for this dramatic role here.
maybe.
So
The question
We'll
is,
see.
will it even really matter? Like, if Seth Rogen doesn't get much screen time or even too many lines as Penguin, will
yes,
it
it'll
even
matter because it's Seth Rogen.
If
Because you
put on
can't
a
look at
mask-
Seth Rogen and think of anybody but Seth Rogen.
I don't know. If they put on some prosthetics, like, they could make it mask up to be.
Yeah, I just.
You
So
can
long
hear
as
his
there's,
laugh.
Like, just a
I can hear.
flash in the background, you see him waddling away, and then
Has he ever been in a serious role?
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
I feel like he has.
I mean,
don't-
Jonah Hill definitely has
Yeah.
and has done well in serious roles.
feel
I
like I've
can't
seen him in a
I
serious
can't
movie.
think of anything Seth Rogen has done serious. So it's like,
Like I said, his best role was playing himself, and this is the end.
eh.
He was Funny People. There's your drama you're looking for. Funny People, Seth Rogen.
Okay.
No, not the Penguin. I'm not.
Yeah. right.
I can't do it.
Let's move on to Thor. Somebody, well, not cooler than Batman, but a likely better movie.
You don't think Thor's cooler than Batman? There's a discussion.
Let's not start that today.
Yeah.
Thor and with Love and Thunder, it's been confirmed that it will feature Jane Foster's cancer storyline.
Super good.
That's a good storyline.
Thor and Korg will team up.
That needs to happen.
For sure. And there's a rumor that Beta Ray Bill will make an appearance.
Okay, so
Needs to happen.
if all this is true, one,
This is gonna be amazing.
we knew this storyline was going to happen if they're using Jane Foster as Thor,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole reason you do that. It was a
Right.
great storyline in the comics. I think mine and Doug's only gripe with the story is that they called her Thor through this. They made Thor a title instead of a name.
In comic books, they changed the fact that Thor was not his name. It was just the name of whoever wields the hammer.
Sure.
Which by that
I was
logic
like,
made
that's-
Captain America Thor
and Beta Ray
For
Bill
a brief
Thor
moment,
and
yeah.
The problem is,
So-
there's been a lot of people have had hammers in the Marvel comics, and
Sure.
pretty much none of them were. Only Thor was Thor, right?
Sure.
There was like Thunderstrike and all these goofy. There was so many Thors in the Marvel comics at one time. They had a comic called the Thor Corps. There's like 5 different Thors
Yeah.
running around with hammers. Only one of them was named Thor, and that was Thor. So I had no problem with the storyline. The storyline was awesome. I had no problem with Jane Foster having the power of Thor. They should have called her something else, right? I know what I'm saying. New Master 69. Yes. If we have more New Master 69, if we're going to have Korg in there, we need New Master 69. He can be like the secondary bad guy for, for the series.
All right,
Yeah.
before we go into the other stories, the game thing I was talking about at the beginning of the show, Arizona Game Fair is March 20th through 22nd, 2020.
Okay.
And it is a classic convention like board games, card games, role-playing games, and it's going to have AOS and 40K tournaments at it. So
Nice.
it sounds awesome.
There we go.
For some MTG and whatever else.
That's how up on the stories we are. We'll mention a story. 40 minutes later, we'll get you the actual news about it.
Well, I had it a couple minutes, but you had already jumped into the first story, so I was like, I'll get it at the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, so Thor, Love and Thunder. Are we excited about this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I mean, just to team up with, you said Thor team up with Korg. And I'm like,
Oh, for
okay,
sure, yeah.
Well,
that could be
it's
the whole
gotta be there.
movie.
Taika Waititi's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only. Yeah, it's.
What's with the backlash for this movie? There's like some backlash with this.
Oh, just that
It's just the whole.
that.
Is it the Jane Foster as Thor bit, or is it?
No, it's the perception, which I think is wrong. The perception that they're trying to push an agenda with, like a female agenda.
Right.
Like a social justice
Sure.
warrior agenda with it. I think they're just taking a cool thing with it, from the comics.
Right.
They were able to make up with Jane Foster, friggin' Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, yeah.
And
Well,
they figured,
Jane Foster, yeah, you're right.
Hey,
That's her name.
Let's go ahead. And it also could be the Valkyrie looking for a queen.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So
There could be some backlash on that.
Right.
So
as the Geek Podcast said, it sounds like we need a fact checker. Lance from Couch Crunchers was the fact checker for.
oh,
Yeah, he was googling all the facts at the
Oh, yeah.
After the Geek Podcast. Like, no, you're wrong. Yeah,
yeah. So
that's not what that is.
I don't know.
See, we don't have fact checkers. What we say is that's what we're going with.
It is.
Fact or not, that's we don't need facts here at the Grizzled Geek. We just need opinions, and we have plenty of those. We don't need any more of those. And our opinion pretty much is fact. It's all the fact we need. Yeah, I'm excited about this. This could be just a movie about Thor and Korg for,
For an hour.
for an hour and a half, and I would watch that.
Same.
Yeah.
Just but the fact that we might get Beta Ray Bill,
now it is interesting that Hulk's out. After the cool back and forth, the buddy cop of them. No Hulk in that, which begs the question of where are you going to move him to?
Yeah.
So that you can't have him in a solo movie. Who are you going to team him up with?
he has to be at least in episode 1 of She-Hulk, right?
Maybe.
Which there's another She-Hulk story later on, but Yeah, I mean, he's got to be show him there.
Maybe a Hercules movie. I mean, freaking have
who
you know,
knows?
Hulk and Hercules. I don't know.
They got to fix his arm somehow.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, that's another kind of like, well, why? You know, maybe people are upset that they didn't continue that story. But
Okay.
I don't know. But anyways, it's gonna be awesome. I don't care what everybody thinks.
Bitching and griping. Thor's awesome. Korg's awesome. Taika Waititi's awesome. I'm gonna watch this movie.
More like people feel Brie Larson is trying to push agenda as she keeps pushing for all-female Avengers team movie.
Okay, I get that. I mean, I don't know. I think Brie Larson's kind of the whole Captain Marvel thing is kind of weird. I don't want to say she was miscast. Maybe I don't know. I don't think. I think they had a misstep with Miss Marvel. And I don't think necessarily it's Brie Larson. I think one, it's
Captain
a power.
Marvel, mean?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Is there a power level?
They
one.
jumped the gun in her first movie. You
Yeah.
can't just jump to Super Saiyan
You're
because
right.
then there's nowhere to go with it.
Right,
Yeah.
You're like, well, what do you do when you're unbeatable?
right.
Like, yeah, they talk about that cool all-female scene in Endgame, which was great, but it was kind of undercut by the fact that she didn't need any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna fly through a bunch of bad guys. You already flew through the ship like 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, she could just like, how are you gonna get past them? Like, oh, I'm Captain Marvel. Before she could even say that and do it, like, oh, she's got help, and she's like, oh, thanks, I guess. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for taking out that group in front of me while I fly past.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, Captain Marvel, all female Avengers. I don't have a problem with it, but
It
it has
happened.
to make.
I mean, it happened in the comics.
Yeah,
so,
as long as it makes sense story wise. Yeah, I don't know, but I can see that. I can see the pushback.
But they've also not got the same characters. You know, She-Hulk's on TV, not in the movies.
That's true.
They haven't introduced a bunch of the other ones, so and they've killed off one of them.
Yeah, they killed off one of the main ones. So yeah,
So we're kind of in limbo there as far as that.
she's boring. Okay, I'll give you that. I don't. Yeah, I guess.
Now, see, that's the problem. You can't lay that on Brie Larson, though. That was the direction of the movie. They were
Right.
trying to have this, like, I'm confused. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I
Right.
belong.
Right.
And it just came off as I'm bland and I'm boring and there's
Right.
not, you know.
But her personal comments outside of the movie didn't help her perception.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So you
I
look at,
liked her portrayal in Endgame way better than in her own movie.
right.
She had some character to her with hi Peter Parker, you know,
Yeah,
that kind
exactly.
There was some
little more playful, not
yeah.
not just this boring.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
it's-
agree.
I almost wish that was our first introduction to her, but you know that would have
And
been
that's what
kind
they
of
filmed
jarring.
first, actually.
Yeah, it
Those are-
was.
But
It would have been kind of jarring though. Where'd this one come from?
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah,
I just think her movie was a mistake. It was.
it was a misstep.
It jumped the end too quickly. So.
All right, there you have it. Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm excited about it.
Ooh, we're running a little long. We're gonna have to zip through these.
Oh, all right. So now we're on to our smaller stories, our geek bites, our nerd nuggets. Nerd nuggets. I keep forgetting the nerd nugget icon. I keep gonna load that up
So
here a
like a
second.
little chicken nugget.
Gonna have it like circle in like the Batman
Love it.
coming
It's
out.
horrible.
That's a great idea, Doug. What are you talking about?
I love it.
No, it's horrible that you forgot.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
at this point, you might as well just
Agreed.
jump the whole.
Junk the whole
No.
thing. Just
Junk
get rid of
the
the
whole
whole
thing.
nerd nugget icon. Nerd nuggets. All right, starting off. This is, I don't know, kind of creepy here. X-Men #1 hints at a Jean Grey and Cyclops have an open relationship with Wolverine.
Interesting.
And we talked about this earlier. What makes this creepy is not that, it's an open relationship, but that the dick ratio is off, right? You have to have an equal dick ratio or it's creepy, right? It goes from hot to creepy. If they bring Emma Frost into this, then it's great, right? Then we're all good, right?
There's potential. It's
there's
open.
exactly
It's open. Anything could happen.
but just the 3, it's kind of weird. So in the comic, apparently, Jean Grey has a bedroom in between the two of them with a door that leads to either room,
Oh my
Interesting.
right? So, yeah, I
right.
just can't see Wolverine let himself get cucked like that. I don't understand why that would happen. So, what do we think? Is this good move? Bad move? What do we?
It's
It's a move.
It's
okay.
a move.
I haven't read it yet. or looked into it in depth. So I have no idea what they're going for here or anything like that. But yeah, just kind of. It seems like they're doing something to shock people just for its sake, being the shock factor.
Right.
It's like, what really is that? What does that do to develop the story?
Right.
I think it
seems like
the whole love triangle with them before was just fine.
Right.
It's been happening already for years.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but it's been on a down low, so we don't really.
Right. Well, and that's true. What if it
I think I like it.
opens up with them like,
Well, and here's-
I don't care, and I don't care either. And she's like, well, good. And then a little later,
I think I liked it better
right?
behind Scott's back than right in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's at this point, it's you take the tension out of that whole storyline.
Or maybe they don't know that it's each other. Like, she's like, I want an open thing. And then he later finds out that it's Wolverine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of figured out when he goes into her bedroom,
Right.
and she's got another door right
Right.
across the way into Wolverine's
Fair.
bedroom.
Fair.
I think it's just they got tired of like, oh, okay, we've milked this for.
Right.
Will they? Won't they? They just give up. All right, shoot. They all do.
Everyone. Everyone has their fun.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right.
Also, just because it's an open relationship doesn't mean it's the three of them together. So you don't need to have the dick ratio be off, right? It's not happening at the same time.
Yeah. Cyclops is the safe good guy you can take home to mom, and Logan is the wild bad boy. Yes, absolutely. He's gonna cake and eating it.
Hell yeah.
Yes. True. I mean, like I said, it was happening all along, just
Yeah.
behind Scott's back. Now he's okay with it, I guess.
Or is he?
Or is he? That could be the drama later on. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
like,
Like,
why, do
we
you
need
have
more drama.
why is the door going into Logan's room? Yeah. Definitely,
All right.
there's a cuck in that situation. It's Cyclops. That's
Yeah. All right. Budgets for MCU series for Disney Plus are set at $25 million an episode.
Wow.
Which
6-episode series. That's what.
so it's $150 million. So the series costs less than a movie.
Right.
Right.
So a 6-episode series is costing about half of what a movie does when you
Sure.
factor in advertising and stuff.
But but you look at like Game of Thrones, cut corners because their episodes were cost around 10 million, right? Could get up to around 10 million for Dragon episodes, and now we're looking at 25 million for an episode for this Hawkeye episode. Going to need
That's 'cause
25 million.
Disney's got the money.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Disney's got the fat
And
stats.
they
don't
want
care.
to make, well, one, they want these to be movie quality because
Yeah.
they tie directly into the movies.
Right.
So, and they want to put their best foot forward
Right.
for Disney Plus. They want you to go wow and keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Very true.
it's probably worth the money for them.
I'm just trying to picture. Like I understand like Falcon or WandaVision being that kind of money, but like for like a Hawkeye series, like they gotta be looking for something to spend that money on. They have like the best
I
catering.
mean, maybe maybe we're talking an average here or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
could be.
Oh,
Because you're right. I mean, there's probably far less special effects
all right.
or
Renters all nope. I need the best catering.
Need to rack
I
up
wa-
this bill of
I need an air
25 million.
conditioned outfit. I think it's hot. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 25 million. That's a lot,
It is a lot.
but I'm excited for it. And why not? It's Disney. It's not like they're not going to make their money back on this thing.
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Who's not going to not get Disney Plus?
I'll probably steal it from someone.
Yeah. Well, we can't all three steal it from Doug. Or we,
Or we could.
or we could. Yeah. All right.
All right. So Edward Norton wants to return to the MCU as a villain.
As a villain.
huh?
So the original Bruce Banner, who was let go because of creative differences, creative control. He wanted to.
Right, yeah.
He rewrote the Hulk movie that he was in, and was fighting with Marvel about having creative control over the Hulk, and so they basically recast him. Yeah, how that's going to pay off his legal fees after he said he wanted to kill his wife. True. Renner needs the extra. He needs the extra payday.
I didn't hear this.
Ooh, Doctor Doom. Norton is Doctor Doom. Come on, you've seen American History X.
Yeah,
You know he's got the acting chops for it.
I do, but will he stay under a mask?
Oh.
Is he the kind of actor who would put it...
Not take the mask off.
I get 5 minutes of my face on screen, and then I'm in a mask constantly.
Entire time,
Yeah, that's true.
Is he the kind of actor who would do that? Because if he is, yes, I could see him as Dr. Doom.
No. He's already got the megalomania half down already. So, you know, you got if you get him in a locking mask, put it on and locks on. He doesn't get to take it off till the movie's done.
Just tell him it's method acting.
Method acting. You got to get in the mask.
You got to be in the mask 24
All
hours.
the best actors did it.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, Edward Norton. Yeah. He could pull off Doctor Doom. Whether he would be willing to do that, because I don't want the situation they had with the other Fantastic Four movies where he wasn't in the mask half the time.
Right, yeah.
So
You need like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to introduce him, to get him in the mask, and then he stays in the mask the whole time.
yes. All right, so we actually have the release date and runtime of Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, and it's going to hit theaters December 20th, and has a runtime of 2 hours and 35 minutes. What does it mean? Does it matter? It's kind of just like for those nerds who must got to know exactly how long it is.
I'm all, but yeah, it's, I mean, yay, it's over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's an interesting move to put it so close to Christmas, though.
They usually do.
Yeah.
In fact, I would have guessed this date,
Sure.
not even looking at a calendar to determine what was a Wednesday or Thursday
Sure.
or whatever that they were like. Yeah, because when it comes out, it is always within the week of Christmas. Within a week of Christmas.
Yeah. That's a big movie week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a huge
everybody's off.
week for that. It's a huge time for them. So
That's why they should have put Solo.
yeah, if
Would've
they
done a lot
put
better.
Solo there, it wouldn't have been panned like it.
They'd have a whole year to get the stink of Last Jedi off of it, and then and put it right in the, the holiday season where
Yeah.
they were putting the Star Wars movies. So
All right, this is an interesting one. I don't know what I think about this. Neil Patrick Harris joins the cast of Matrix 4.
NPH.
All right,
can't-
NPH could do anything,
Yeah.
but what is
He gonna
what's
play?
he gonna do
Yeah.
in Matrix?
Hey, he was in Starship Troopers, man.
Because he can't be an agent. There's no way he can't tone himself down that much.
He put on his
Or
sunglasses.
he would be boring.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
he's not that type of actor. So,
I
what?
don't
Yeah,
know, but
what
I'm
roles?
curious.
See, a comic relief of some sort.
I was gonna see it, but now I'm really gonna see it.
Now I'm really. They got NPH in it. I'm there, right?
Yeah.
I'm there no matter what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing, but I know
NPH
he's
is the
gonna
one
do
reason
it.
I want to go to Disney World at Christmas at some point because he does the candlelight processional.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He does it every year, and
Love
I
it.
want to see him do that. It would be
Yes.
awesome, but
Oh,
but
my
it's
goodness.
crazy, so I will probably never do it. But still,
Right.
it's the one reason I would want to.
For Neil Patrick Harris is the one reason you really out of all the other reasons you could go.
To go at Christmas time.
Oh, to go back
Yeah.
to
Because otherwise, that's the only thing that's. I mean, there are a lot of things going on at Christmas, but nothing worth braving those crowds.
Sure.
But he throws it over the
yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I would go
I
to
do
see
it.
him in there.
All right. Disney releases a massive 3-hour trailer for Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
featuring
Oh.
them.
Yeah, this
I
is
hadn't
weird.
seen that
This
yet.
was a weird move. Like it literally, I've started looking at it, but I'm like,
Who
there's
has
no way
time
I'm sitting for 3
3
hours.
right?
If I'm going to sit for 3 hours, I want to actually watch The Mandalorian. I don't want to watch a
Right.
trailer about it for 3 hours.
Is it like a cut of all the trailers?
Yes, like all the stuff. I'm
Well, I
assuming
mean-
for 3 hours.
Or is it like a presentation, like, and now we're gonna watch the trailer for blah blah blah?
I would look at it more like the behind the scenes that come on a DVD,
Sure.
where
Yeah.
it's like director commentary and stuff like that. Where like this is the making of the movie.
Sure.
This is the making of Disney Plus. Is probably what you're looking
I
at.
see,
Right.
like interviews.
Yeah,
And,
the first part. I mean, granted, I only watched the first few minutes of it, but it's like a smash cut of a bunch of. But that could be just like the intro,
sure.
Yeah.
and then you get into
And
it.
then they get into it.
Right. But that's a weird move. Here's 3 hours of teasing you of what's going to come out. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit for 3 hours and watch it. But there's a lot of Disney fans out there. Doug, you're the biggest Disney fan at the panel here. Are you going to watch this 3 hours of?
I might.
Like put it on the background while you're
Yeah,
like
well-
painting or something, right?
Yeah, because my job is such that I can do my job and
do such.
listen to YouTube at the same time.
Sure.
So
Must be nice.
yeah,
Well,
because a lot of it's just setting up meetings and
Sure.
copying pasting stuff that they've done, putting it in the correct format, and it's the professors who are doing most of the the heavy
actual
lifting.
work?
The work, yeah.
They're doing the heavy lifting. I'm just formatting it for them
Sure.
pretty
Nice.
much and kicking their ass when they're not doing it. Like doing it on time. It's like, come on, get to work on this.
Right.
Due dates. Let's go.
it's good to be the boss. And watch 3 hours of Disney trailer. 3 hours of not Disney shows.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we'll see.
all right, go ahead, Doug. You got this.
Well, no, you cut off Kirsten, so she can
Oh,
go ahead
did
and
you?
go. Yeah.
No, she just read the one about Disney.
Yeah, I said the 3-hour trailer.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Come
you
on, man. Now we look like amateurs.
All right.
We look like we don't know what we're doing.
Wait, we're not?
We don't know what we're doing. We're winging this every week anyway. So it's gonna...
All right. Liv Tyler could reprise her role as Betty Ross in the Disney Plus She-Hulk series.
Yes.
Which, all right, that's
Will
cool.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like Liv Tyler.
Which will
so-
make Edward Norton villain role even that weirder.
Yeah.
Because they got back General Ross, her father, who's been in the Marvel movies.
Right. Yeah.
And I always wanted her to come back, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, welcome to the club, says that was the Geek Podcast. Yeah. So that's what we do here. We're just gonna wing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about. I like Liv Tyler. I liked her as Betty Ross,
Yeah, I think she did. I think she did well in that role.
but I'd like to see her and Banner get back together. I'd hate to see
Yeah,
her just
that would
kinda-
be interesting. to
Or they
see.
got some kind of weird, we're gonna twist the story, have some kind of weird lesbian thing with She-Hulk.
Nah, I don't know.
She's like, I'm not down with Bruce, but I liked his cousin Jennifer. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Unless they do something weird like that, I'm down for it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Cut back to Dick ratio.
Exactly, yes. Well, that's perfect. So there's none in there, then it's fine, right? It's got to be equal or less than, right?
Yeah.
That's less than. It's fine. That's back to the sexy side of it.
Just go.
Oh my God.
You guys know I'm right. All right. So what's our last story here? Oh. So WandaVision. There it is. What are we talking about? I forgot.
What are we doing?
So WandaVision, one of the Disney Plus series. I guess we're just the whole last part of this thing is Disney Plus or shows.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. We just kind of randomly. That's how it worked out. WandaVision is definitely the weirdest one of the series. The Wanda and Vision stuff. So we got a little breakdown of what the series is going to be like, and it sounds even weirder than it did before. But some of it's starting to make sense now. So it's going to be in 2 3-episode arcs. And the first arc is going to be more of like your standard American sitcom, they say. And then the last 3 is going to be like a Marvel movie in 3 parts.
Okay,
So
I'm for it.
the first 3 episodes are going to play out like a sitcom. Episode 1 is going to be about Wanda and Vision, right? In their own little picturesque world. Episode 2 is going to introduce, they're going to have newborn kids,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
And then episode 3 is going to jump to where the kids are grown.
Okay.
Right?
I see.
And these kids are, in the comics, are Wiccan and Speed from the Young Avengers.
Oh.
So,
okay.
and then the last, I guess, something at that point where her reality altering powers is causing all this, I'm assuming. And then whatever happens is basically a 3-hour Marvel movie in 3 episodes that goes directly into Doctor Strange 2
I'm
in the
about it.
Multiverse of Madness. So this sounds pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
the rumor is they want the kids, that's how we're going to get Wiccan and Speed into the Marvel Universe. So whatever they end up staying
They stick with
Interesting.
them.
has grown. That's why, how are we going to get the Young Avengers when, Vision's dead and they never had kids?
Yeah, this
Wanda's-
is interesting that they're reversing the story from the comics.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, they just got together and her reality altering powers brought about her ability to have children with the
Sure.
Vision, but then them getting killed or wiped out or whatever is what made her go crazy.
Right.
So
So now they're
It's
going to have Vision
interesting.
being wiped out was what caused her to bend reality to recreate him
yeah,
Sure.
and create the kids. And then something's going to happen where I bet she's going to go crazy. So, yeah. So does she become a bad guy did we get the House of M kind of thing going on? And I mean, obviously not because it's,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe
mutants,
Doctor
but-
Strange 2 is about saving her,
Could be.
yeah.
about bringing her back,
Restoring reality.
restoring her.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But that's good how we get Vision back and have the kids.
What if Nightmare is in the WandaVision
Nightmares
show?
in the. Oh. See, now I'm like, I want to see this now.
Yeah. Don't wanna wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of when I've heard of all the Disney Plus Marvel shows they were coming out with, that was kind of like, all right, that's weird.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was,
really-
it was a weird
But
one.
then it jumped to like one of my, ones I want to see the most. Probably not the most. Still Falcon and Bucky are up there. Just because I like those two. The
Yeah.
dynamic.
If they do a good job, Moon Knight is my most.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, I loved Moon Knight back in the 90s.
You
It was
can
one of my
imagine
favorite.
Batman even crazier.
Love it.
Yeah.
With actual superpowers and not just super embezzlement.
As long as it's not something like she's pregnant within an end game.
That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. Well, because she's not in the first episode, apparently. It's just them together. And
Right,
then
yeah.
the second episode, she has.
Sure.
So the whole sitcom thing has got me, though. They're going to have like a laugh track.
I love it. I can't wait. It's going to be like a sitcom, but everything's off. And it
Everything's-
gets more and more off as you go through it.
Slightly weird. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I'm down for that. All right. Any last words, guys, about Disney? Well, guys, Disney Plus is what the show's about this time.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Can't
Yeah.
wait. We're only about a month away.
We're about down
A
to
month
our
and no, less than a month. We're like 2.5 weeks away.
2.5
Heck
weeks
yeah.
away.
Yeah, I think it's November 3rd.
Are we supposed to get... Is WandaVision dropping?
No, actually, the first
No.
one is Falcon and Bucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So WandaVision is going to drop next year, right before.
Next year.
Yeah, right before Doctor Strange 2, because Doctor Strange 2 it leads directly into Doctor
And
Strange
it's
2
Doctor Strange 2 in May,
in May.
I think.
So it'll
So
be
it'll
Maybe
come
a little
out in
early.
It'll come in
April
the
or end of
spring.
March.
yeah. So it'll be spring of next year. Well,
They will
next-
not. None of these shows will be at the same time
Right.
Yeah.
because they want to keep you there. So it'll be
Right.
one, then the next, then the
Right.
next.
Yeah, they got to get Doug's money
Same
all
thing
year
with
round,
Star Wars.
right? So you got to make sure they spread that stuff out.
Right.
You know,
Oh, I think I'm paying for the year up front
you're paying.
because you get a discount by
Oh,
doing
do you?
that. So
Yeah.
What's
it's
on
like 10 months for 12 months for the price of 10, I think.
Right.
How much is it? Do we know? Pricing?
If you get the package that's Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus, it's $14.99, I think, or
month?
$13.99 a month.
That's not bad.
Right. No, it's not bad
Yeah.
at
I'm
all.
paying $14 for Hulu alone.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so,
and you're gonna get
yeah.
Hulu
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So you might as well just switch over.
Unless I'm so afraid that they're gonna break it up though.
Well,
like,
it is
later.
the Hulu with
With ads?
with ads, I
Yeah.
think. It's not the full.
pay for it
ad
without the
free.
I
ads?
pay for no ads. I don't want to
Hmm.
deal with that. Why am I paying for ads?
I grew up with ads, so I'm like when I don't have them, I feel
Yeah, you
yeah,
could
but it's like
skip
the
them. So
same 3 ads in a row. It's
Yeah.
not-
I tune them out like I do my kids. You know, I say kind of like I don't
See,
hear
I'm
those.
not a parent yet, so I haven't grown that
you haven't
ability
developed that
to do
skill
it.
yet.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm like, what? Yes, dear. Yeah. So that's I'm set. Doug's got it for a year, which means I got it for the year. Ben's got DC Universe,
Oh yeah.
so I got DC Universe. Right. I'm just catching up on Titans. Ben, have you finished Titans yet? Come on, or are you caught up with Titans? Because I'm 2 episodes behind. I'm still upset that they saved Jason Todd's life. So, but
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. For those of you who haven't-
They might
Okay, I
care.
just tuned
no one
you
watches
out.
this.
Excuse you, there were 5 people out in the
That's
world.
true,
I
that's
just heard
right.
You spoil that.
All the ones that listen on Stitcher, that's where we get all the audience, and they don't matter.
Not
I mean, no.
So
all
you
right,
spoiled
guys.
it for Ben.
I know.
Womp
Jeez.
womp.
Oh hey, and SWTOR's new expansion comes out Tuesday.
Those are words.
That would be, yeah. Well, for those who don't know what the geek stuff means, what's that?
Star
Star
Wars: The
Wars,
Old Republic
The Old
MMO.
Republic.
Its
Oh,
new
okay.
expansion comes out on Tuesday.
Cool.
Got it.
6.0.
I like seeing
Ben's
the,
been playing. Ben's been catching up on the storyline.
Star Wars storyline?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. All right, Ben.
Yeah, he actually. Yeah, I logged in once. I'm like, there's 2 people on in our guild. What's going on? Oh, it's Ben. I'm usually on all alone.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us again for episode 19, right?
Yes.
Oh, 19 of the all new and improved Grizzled Geek podcast. Really appreciate it. Please take the time to like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you're listening to us on Stitcher and iTunes and wherever else that our podcast is at, and you want to see our beautiful faces, you can check us out at YouTube/The Grizzled Geek,
YouTube.com.
YouTube.com. That's why I keep Doug around, because he knows all this stuff. YouTube.com/The Grizzled Geek,
Yeah.
where you can check us out as we film these podcasts, and we have other shows that some people like.
Way to plug ourselves. Right?
Yeah, there's some other stuff.
Man.
Yeah, if you want to see our faces, there's all kinds of things. You can also check out our Instagram and all that. All those links will eventually be down below. Probably, we'll usually run about a week late updating the live stream.
Along with some
info.
ways to support us. So check those out.
Hit that like button, show some love. Yes, we really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolute Geek. We really appreciate you guys. And you want to check them out, I'll put another link like we did last time.
Yeah.
Did we put a link in last time? We said we were going
You
to.
do the link, so I have no idea.
My son does links, so I gotta beat that boy. Make sure it gets set up there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. And if they want to support the channel and the things we do here,
We
Doug.
already talked about that.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
down
you said the
below.
links?
Yeah, the links are
It's
down
down
below.
below.
I didn't tell you what they were. Just they will be there. Links to help us out.
There's like,
Patreon, Teespring store,
Yeah.
and our Amazon affiliate
Yeah.
link.
can you sell it a little harder than that? You're like,
You mean like our other shows?
you gotta beg them to buy our T-shirts. Come on. There's a Teespring store.
We got some
Look,
really cool
see,
shirts.
there we go.
They're down,
Just like
links
that.
down below. Go get a shirt to show your support.
That's it. They're way to show the enthusiasm, guys. Appreciate it. All right, guys. We'll be back again next Thursday.
I won't.
Oh yeah, Doug won't be here. Doug's gonna be
Just
gone.
us.
I know. Leaving
Just
us.
the two of us.
And maybe actually ask Kyle from the Absolute Geek podcast. He's like the podcast mercenary. He sells himself out for T-shirts for all the various podcasts around the area. So you know, we'll see
Night,
if
Ben.
he's able to. Night, Ben. Night, Absolute Geek. And guys, I think that's it. Any last words?
Nope.
Aloha.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.